Thank you, Madam, for participating in this research study. My name is Tembo Wilfred Mwesigwa. I'm from Esami, from the DBA program, and I'm conducting a research on climate risk vulnerabilities that affect female entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And you have been identified as one of those big female entrepreneurs in Kampala City Authority, and I'm glad that you granted this interview. Madam, your responses are going to make us better understand uh, the risks that female entrepreneurs face and how you are overcoming them, especially for the agricultural SMEs. Number two, I would like to commit from the start that we are going to keep your identity and business confidential. And so sometimes some of the responses may be controversial. Please feel free, because utmost confidentiality will be kept. Number three, that even in our publication and reporting, we shall keep utmost anonymity in our publication and in our reporting. And lastly, this interview is going to be recorded. Would you mind us recording?
It's okay, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. Now let me go straight to the interview, and my question is, what are the climate risks that you face in your business as a female entrepreneur?
Thank you very much, Mr. Tembo, for those introduction. As you know that an entrepreneur, a business lady, that is mainly dealing in agricultural product, and of course climate change issues are affecting us a lot. Some of these, of course, drought. Whenever there is drought, we face low production or sometimes really scarce production. The other aspect is flooding. My businesses are in flood areas which are prone to flooding. The third element that I can bring, of course, is the irregular rainfalls and reliable rainfall. And being an entrepreneur who deals with agricultural production, this is a serious problem, not only in accessing for the produce, but even in storage.
Okay.
So those are some of the risks that we face.
Can you give me an example regarding the risk of drought?
Drought affects us really highly, because like last year when there was a lot of drought, production was very low, and this affected even the price. So the price at farm level was quite high because the demand was high.
Yeah.
And also the productions were very scarce, and this affected me a lot last year.
Okay. So generally, now going to my second question, how have you adapted to climate risks as a female entrepreneur, especially in a sector that is dominated by male business people?
As an entrepreneur in agricultural product, one of the things that I've done in my business is to introduce technology.
Okay.
I introduced electric drying because of irregular pattern of rain. Yeah. That you find that during the time when you are supposed to be doing your drying, there is a lot of rain and you fail to dry your crops. So I introduced that technology to help me in drying, but of course it comes with higher cost in terms of additional human resources, initial investment itself is very high, and of course electricity.
Would you love to elaborate more, especially on the expert personnel that you've had to hire?
Yeah, as this machine is not a common machine here in Uganda, I had to hire experts to be able to run this machine, who trained some of our local people here to run the machine. And of course, the people who are being trained to run this machine are expensive. These are skilled personnel, where I have to pay some good amount of money. So that is a bit of a cost really on my side, because you can't use ordinary labor to run those machines.
Okay, thank you. To this extent, you've been able to give us the list of climate risks that affect you as a female entrepreneur, but also on how you are mitigating these risks. Would you like now to share with us some hindrances that you are still facing in adopting your business to these climate risks? What other challenges remain unsolved?
Yeah, as a woman entrepreneur, our biggest challenge is access to financing. This is a big challenge because access to finance comes with high cost. As you know, in Uganda here, the lending rate is not below 20%. So that is very, very expensive for a woman entrepreneur like me, who most of the time, actually when you are accessing this financing, you require some form of collateral, which is not always, accessible for women because of lack of, the required collateral by most of these banks. So, yeah.
And isn't government supporting in any way?
I must say that government of Uganda is doing quite a lot of initiatives to support women entrepreneurs. There is one of this program of government of Uganda on Women Empowerment Fund, where women can be able to access funding at a reduced, or let's say very, very low cost. And this has supported very many women entrepreneurs to expand their businesses. The second element the second program of government I can talk about is the newly launched GROW program, which is also intended to support the women at a very, very reduced low cost. So government of Uganda is doing quite a lot. Yeah, we only need, government to sensitize more about these programs in order for more women to benefit from it. Yeah.
Can you now share with us any innovative practices other than the automation you have employed at storage? What other innovations have you come up with to mitigate these business climate risks in your operations?
One of the things I can share with you is that originally I used to store my crops on the ground, right from the ground level upwards. But because of dampness, I had to innovate and design the storage facility to raise it a bit up. So that is one of some of another innovation that I did in my business, to raise the storage facility, to prevent the dampness from the ground.
Thank you, madam. As we get to our conclusion, do you have any general thoughts, perhaps of a general nature, that you can still share with us about your business and the climate risks in general?
Yeah. Mr. Temba, I must appreciate that this particular research of yours is very important, because climate change issues are here to stay. It can only get worse. And through this research, I really hope that government of Uganda, finance institution, and donors can work together to support the women entrepreneurs to overcome these climate change issues.
Wow, that is interesting.
Mm.
And then perhaps do you have any recommendations for any female-owned SMEs with respect to how you've managed to succeed?
Mm. So I really want to urge my fellow women entrepreneurs to take advantage of the women entrepreneur association. Yes, to take care of that women entrepreneur association advantage, to be able to access training, to be able to access finances, and also to support us to have that supportive system, the supportive and the networking system that they can be able to rely on.
Okay. Good. Thank you so much for your useful insights. I'm so grateful for the time accorded. What I can only promise at this stage is that we shall be able to share with you the report of the final research findings. Madam, I would now like to take my leave. Thank you, and thank you so much.
And thank you to Mr. Tembo.
Bye-bye.
Bye.